Hello everyone, my name is Emma and welcome back to day 5 of our Flexibility and Mobility Yoga Challenge. We are over halfway there now, so for today, day number 5, we're going to be focusing on our hips and our hamstrings again. You really want to target this area a few times a week if you want to build up more flexibility, as they can be quite a tight and stiff area. So there are no props required for today's class, and when you are ready, you can come and join me on the mat. When you get there, then find a comfortable seated position. We're just going to take the first few moments to connect with our breath. You can start closing down the eyes and just relaxing down the body. Slowing down the breath here. We are going to try a pranayama technique today called Nadi Shodhana. It's also called alternate nostril breathing. So when you are ready, you can join me by placing your right hand up and just placing your index finger and your middle finger of your right hand in between your eyebrows. When you are ready, then blocking your right nostril with your thumb. You're going to inhale through the left nostril, block it with your ring finger, open the right nostril and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril, block it with your thumb, open up the left nostril and exhale. Inhaling through the left nostril, blocking the left nostril, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right, blocking with your thumb, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left, blocking it, over to the right side now, releasing and exhale. Inhale through the right, block it with your thumb, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, blocking it with your ring finger and exhaling through the right. Do 2 more. Inhaling through the right, blocking with your thumb, releasing through the left and exhaling. Inhaling through the left, blocking and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right, blocking and exhaling through the left. Releasing now and just coming back to your normal breath. Just noticing how you feel. Is your breath any calmer? Alternate nostril breathing is really good to calm down the nervous system. When you're ready, then we are going to start warming up our neck, dropping our right ear down to our right shoulder and circling it all the way around to the left. And coming back the way. Inhaling one direction and exhaling the other. Just making this movement nice and slow. Coming back to center, then we are going to inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up, and exhale, float them back down. 2 more. Inhale, arms up, exhale, back down. Inhale, arms up, exhale, back down. We're going to inhale, bring our arms up again, but this time as we exhale, we are going to twist, bringing our left hand to our right knee, inhaling to lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist, gazing behind that right shoulder. Your right hand can come down behind you. When you're ready, then inhale, reach the arms up again, and exhale, twist to the opposite side. Right hand to left knee now. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Left hand coming down to the ground behind you. And inhale to reach the arms up again, and exhale to bring them back down. We're going to come onto all fours now, hands directly underneath the shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide all the time here, and really gripping into the mat with your fingertips. Your knees about hip distance apart. We're going to take some cat and cows, inhaling to arch the back and exhaling to round. Following your own breath here. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. And we're going to meet back in center. We are going to raise our right leg up, and we are just going to make some hip circles with that right hip. Circling one direction and then changing the direction. Oh, I think that is my hip clicking. And when you're ready, bring that knee back down, lifting up the opposite leg this time and creating some hip circles. Going one direction and then changing direction. Coming back down to center then. We're going to take our first downward facing dog. I'm going to place my hands out slightly more in front, tucking my toes and beginning to send my hips up into the air. You can keep a bend in the knees here, and you can also start pedaling out your dog. Bending one knee while straightening the other. You really want to be pushing those hands into the mat anytime you're in downward facing dog. Fingers spread nice and wide here. And when you're ready then, we are going to walk our feet to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. You can keep a little bend on the knees here, maybe swaying side to side. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up to halfway lift. So your hands can come along your shins, and you're really trying to push your bottom to the back wall and push your head to the opposite. You should feel this all along the back of the leg. And we're going to go back to forward fold, maybe bending the knees here. We're going to do a few rounds of going from Uttanasana to Ardha Uttanasana. So when you're ready, inhale, come up for halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale up for Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale for Uttanasana. Last one, inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you fold. From there, we're going to rise all the way up and exhale, Samasti. From there, we are going to raise our left knee and take a big step back, coming into our high lunge. You can keep a bend in the back knee here, and you really want to get as deep into that front leg as you can, working your way towards a 90-degree angle. Taking 3 more breaths here. And on your next exhale, lowering the knee down to the mat. Hands can come to the hips, coming into our low lunge and Vinyasana. And from there, we are going to send our hips forward and just sort of bounce up and down here a little bit, working on those hip flexors and them psoas. And then we're going to hold here in this low lunge for 3 breaths. When you're ready, then straightening that front leg, coming up onto our heel. Hands can come to the mat, coming into our half splits. If you find you're really rounding your back to get your hands onto the mat, try and get some blocks to come up onto, or even just some books, anything to give you a bit more height here. And then when you're ready, we are going to point our toes. I find it easier if I move my hands back slightly. And you're going to inhale and try to pick up that foot and put it back down. 2 more. Inhale, trying to pick up that foot and back down. Last one and back down. We need to work on strengthening this area in order to become more flexible. And when you're ready, then come back up onto your heel, and we're going to fold forward in this half splits, making sure the heel is pushing into the mat and making sure there's not too much rounding of the spine here. When you're ready, then bending into that front leg, planting the palms and stepping back to plank, taking your vinyasa here. Option to come down onto your knees or stay on your toes. Inhale in your plank, exhale to lower, inhale up for your back bend, and exhale, send the hips up into the air for downward facing dog. When you're ready, then looking to the top of your mat, walking your feet all the way up, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, Samasti. When you're ready, then raising the right knee and stepping all the way back, coming up for your high lunge. You can keep a bend in the back knee here. And remember, we're staying here for 3 breaths. On your next inhale, lowering that back knee down onto the mat, bringing your hands to your hips for a low lunge. And just pulsing a bit here, sending the hips forward. And then when you're ready, holding down that little bit deeper. And staying here for 3 breaths. When you're ready, then straightening that front leg, coming into your half splits. Hands can come down to the mat. I like to move mine back slightly And I like to have my back leg at a slight more of an angle just to get my foot up. And when you're ready, then inhale, trying to lift that foot up. Exhale, back down. Two more. Inhale to come up. Exhale, back down. Last one. Inhale to come up. Exhale, send it back down. I'm going to move my foot a bit forward now so that this leg is nice and straight, coming into our half splits, and then maybe folding over that leg a little bit more. Inhaling, coming forward and planting the palms, stepping back to plank and taking your vinyasa. Inhaling in plank, exhale to lower. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, send the hips up into the air for Adho Mukha. When you're ready, then inhale, raise the right leg up, bend the knee and open up the hip. On your next exhale, bring that knee forward, right knee to right elbow, and placing the foot outside of the right hand, coming into our lizard lunge. You can keep the back knee lifted or drop it down here, whatever feels more comfortable. And we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. When you're ready, then coming back up onto your toes there, if you dropped the back knee, we are going to move the right foot in towards the center of a mat, and our hands are going to come to the outside, swiveling that left foot so it comes up onto the heel, setting up for side lunge, Skandasana. It doesn't matter if your heel is slightly lifted off the floor here. We are going to get ready to move to the other side, so your hands can stay in prayer or come down to the mat. When you're ready, then inhale, coming over to the other side of your mat. And once more back to the front of the mat. Taking a breath here before planting the palms and stepping back to plank. Taking your vinyasa, inhaling in plank, exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend and exhale, send the hips up into the air for downward facing dog. And we move to the second side. When you're ready, inhale, raise the left leg, three-legged dog, and bend the knee to open up the hip. On your next exhale, bringing that left knee to the left elbow and placing the left foot outside the hands, coming into your lizard lunge. Staying up on the toes here or dropping the back knee, whatever feels better for you here. And just taking a couple of breaths. Coming back onto those toes, if the back knee was down, moving the left foot in towards the center of the mat, swiveling our back foot so that our toes are pointing up, heel is on the mat, and then maybe bringing your hands to prayer for our side lunge, getting ready for Skandasana. Remember, hands can stay in prayer or come to the mat. And when you're ready, we are going to inhale, moving over to the other side of the mat. And then once more, back to the top. Taking one more breath here, inhaling And then exhaling, planting the palms and stepping back to plank, taking your vinyasa, inhaling in plank, exhale to lower chaturanga, inhale up for up dog or cobra, and exhale, send the hips up into the air for downward facing dog. We're going to drop the knees then, coming to sit down onto our mat. We're going to take a forward fold here. So making sure your sit bones are placed firmly on the mat. We are going to inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhale, folding forward, maybe grabbing onto your feet or your shins, just whatever's accessible here. Trying not to round the spine, but keeping a flat back. After a few breaths, if you feel like you can go a little bit deeper, do, or else just stay where you're at. And coming back up slowly, we are going to bend our right knee and place it over the left thigh, bending that left knee as well. Hands can come behind us, and we are going to flex those right toes, coming into a seated pigeon, working on the hips here. Changing sides, bringing the left foot across the right thigh here and flexing those toes. Placing the right foot further away from you will make this a little bit less intense, or you can bring it in towards you to make it more intense. So just see where your body is at. And bring it back down. We're going to come all the way down onto our mat, bringing the soles of our feet together, coming into a reclined butterfly pose. Really slowing down the breath here as our practice comes to a close. We're going to set up for Shavasana now, so you can stay in this reclined butterfly pose if you wish, or if not, just come into Shavasana, straighten out the legs, let the feet hang heavy, closing down the eyes and relaxing down the body for the final few moments of this practice. Just allowing some stillness in your mind. When you're ready, start to reawaken the body. Bring in some gentle movement into your fingers and toes. Stretching out overhead and taking your time to roll over onto your right side. And slowly come back up to a seated position, keeping the eyes closed down if you can, and joining the hands to heart center, bowing the head down slightly. Taking one final cleansing breath to close this practice, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for day 5 of our flexibility and mobility challenge. And I hope to see you all tomorrow for day 6. We've only got 2 more days left, so do try your best to come back tomorrow. And remember, all the details for free access to my online studio are down below in the description. Thanks, everyone.